Hello and welcome to Who Would Win in a Fight. Today's prediction video is going to be on Mayweather and McGregor. Now, it's not going to be a prediction video where I'm going to try and predict who's going to win. It's a prediction video where I'm going to try and forecast how Mayweather is going to win. I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. I don't even think it's going to be, it's not even an issue as to who's going to win, because it's a bit like the Highlander films from years ago. There can be only one, and that one is Mayweather. You can say hats off to McGregor for taking the fight, but ultimately when you're being offered that much money, it's a no-brainer, and he'd be foolish, and it would be remiss of him not to take the opportunity, even though ultimately it could be a very humbling experience for him. But again, as with the first fight with Nate Diaz, he took defeat in the same manner he would take victory. So when trying to analyse this fight, my starting point is Mayweather against Arturo Gatti. Now, it's a long time ago, and in what I would deem to be the first part of Mayweather's career, just as he was going in from the pretty boy to the Money Mayweather stage. And in that fight, if you can recollect, he disassembled Gatti over, I think it was over 8 rounds ultimately. It was tough to watch, to see such a great fighter and great guy like Gatti be dissected in such a clinical manner. For me, that's what the McGregor-Mayweather fight should be. It should be Mayweather dissecting and taking McGregor apart, bit by bit, round on round, until either McGregor quits or he's corner throwing the towel, because Mayweather won't be knocking McGregor out. So I think my initial thoughts was it should be a protracted period of punishment for McGregor. But then that's wishful thinking. I spent a lot of times with the last 4 or 5 Mayweather fights thinking something else is going to happen other than what actually does happen. And ultimately, with the Pacquiao fight, I had myself lulled into thinking, okay, this is going to be different, but every Mayweather fight turns into every other Mayweather fight. I can imagine watching a Mayweather fight is a little bit like listening to a Leonard Cohen album. You might be expecting something different, but ultimately, you know in your gut the way it's going to be and the way it's going to pan out. But because there should be, and I imagine there will be, a disparity, such a wide disparity in the skill set that both of them are going to bring to the boxing forum, it's going to be one-sided. McGregor might be able to make it competitive for the first round or two, in along the lines of how Madonna was able to kind of surprise and shock Mayweather in their first fight, just by being awkward and being something that Mayweather isn't used to. A lot of Mayweather's skills are set on complete repetition and knowing the science of boxing so well that he can predict patterns of movement even before his opponent throws them. He knows what's coming, he knows where to move and where not to move. So McGregor might bring an aspect to a boxing match that Mayweather isn't that used to. But again, it'll only take Mayweather 1 or 2 rounds to figure this out, get his timing right, get his distance. A lot of people from the UFC side are mentioning the fact that McGregor is a master of movement, but Mayweather is a master of distance, and he'll control the distance completely. And a lot of people in the UFC and even some boxing pundits are giving McGregor, they're giving him a puncher's chance. And initially I was buying into that theory of, yeah, he's going to have a puncher's chance, but you know what? He's not. Because if you look back on times where McGregor has knocked, notably Jose Aldo, McGregor generates his power from far back, much the same manner of a Kelly Pavlik or Kotze Tszyu. He generates his power from range. He won't generate power from up close. So ideally, for McGregor to catch Mayweather flush and knock him with with one punch. He's going to have to do it from long range. So that means he's going to have to catch Mayweather from far out, and that's going to be a shot that Mayweather's going to see coming. And even if he does catch Mayweather with a full flush shot, Mayweather's been caught before. The second round against Mosley, and again against my dad I think at the end of the fourth round, where Mayweather's two went flying. And in both cases, especially the Mosley fight, he took it well, and not only did he take the punch well, it was the right from Mosley that really rattled Mayweather. Not only did he take it very well, but he reacted incredibly well to it, in that his instincts was to hold on and just ride out the next 30 or 40 seconds. And if you look back in that Mosley fight, he finished that second round actually stronger, and he finished on top. So Mayweather, he's got a good chin. The fact that it's never really been tested doesn't mean it's not there. He's got a good chin, he's got a good heart. So what I think will happen is Mayweather's mindset has always, well, in the latter half of his career, it's always been defense first. It's a bit like first do no harm. It's going to be defense first, but because there should be such a wide disparity in terms of the skills Mayweather brings as opposed to what McGregor brings, I think very quickly, maybe as early as the second round, there's going to be shots from Mayweather to take advantage of that he won't be able to sit back on his heels. It will be so obvious, the shots that are there for him to take, that he's going to ultimately be forced to go against his gut, and rather than play it safe, the shots are going to be so wide and so obvious that he's going to be able to take them. So I think it won't be as vicious as what Mayweather did to Gatti. It's going to be a little bit more subtle. It's going to be a little bit more protracted. It won't be as brutal, but I think by maybe the 9th, maybe as late as the 10th round, it'll be over as a competitive contest, maybe after 3 or 4 rounds. But I think it'll be completely shot. McGregor will be completely gone by the 9th, 10th round. And if Mayweather hasn't found the finishing punch by that stage, I think John Kavanagh, who I think is actually one of the best coaches around, I put him up there with Virgil Hunter and Adam Booth in terms of the advice he gives mid-rounds. It's not just all fluff and flurry. It's calculated. It's very, very simple and very clear rules he'll give to McGregor mid rounds. I think, or in between rounds, sorry. I think if Mayweather hasn't found the finishing touch, I think Kavanagh may pull McGregor out for his own safety. So again, I've thought about this for a while. I might do another prediction video on this closer to fight time, but my gut is that even though Mayweather doesn't like taking chances, the chances are going to be so obvious for him that he won't be able to sit back, and he's just going to have to go for it. So I think it'll be a slow, protracted, humbling experience for McGregor. But again, hats off. Why should he not? He's got nothing to lose. Mayweather's got everything to lose, but he won't. So I think I give it, McGregor to be pulled out at the end of the 9th round. So until next time, goodbye.